Ukrainians shot down an invincible Russian missile for the first time ever. Early on May 4, 2023, Russia lost its newest missile. The hypersonic Kinzhal missile was launched at Kiev. It did not make it to the target. The missile was brought down by a Patriot battery. What does it mean, and why is it important? Russia's May 4th attack targeted several cities. One of them was Kiev, the Ukrainian capital. Most of the weapons were Iranian-made Shahed drones. All of them were successfully intercepted, but the authorities also mentioned ballistic missiles. Unlike cruise missiles, these weapons are difficult to intercept. Only a few SAM systems are capable of this. Until recently, Ukraine had none. But on April 26, the first Patriot system became operational. The MIM-104 Patriot is manufactured by Raytheon. It's the U.S. Army's main air and missile defense system. It was originally designed as an anti-aircraft system, but the newest variants can also detect and target ballistic and cruise missiles. The Patriot in Ukraine was donated by the U.S. Details about its deployment are classified, but it makes sense to use it to protect the capital. But what about those ballistic missiles? Russia has used several weapons of this type in Ukraine. By far the most common were the Iskander and the Kh-22. 9M723 Iskander-M is Russia's most capable missile. It was used frequently in the early stages of the war, but it's also quite expensive. It has not been used in a long time. The Kh-22 is actually an anti-ship missile. It's imprecise and very unreliable. There is, however, a third ballistic missile used by Russia. It's rarer and even more expensive than the Iskander. It is called the Kh-47M2 Kinzhal Dagger. The Kinzhal is an air-launched hypersonic missile. Such missiles are launched by MiG-31K fighters or Tu-22M3M bombers. Photos of a missile downed on May 4th showed that it was a Kinzhal. Its nose cone is very distinct. Judging by the damage, the missile was hit on the nose. This detonated the warhead, neutralizing the threat. The Ukrainian Air Command denied this, but then they changed their stance to no comment. They likely don't want the Russians to know what they're capable of. But this is a serious blow to Moscow. Putin has called this weapon unique and hypersonic, but looks like it's neither of those things. The so-called hypersonic missile is an Iskander-M. Yes, the very same missile described above. However, it has been modified to be air-launched. The Iskander-M has a range of just 310 miles. It cannot exit the atmosphere like longer-range missiles. But an Iskander-M mounted on a MiG-31K is a different matter. The aircraft launches it from a high altitude. Thinner air means less friction and heat buildup around the missile, but it's no more or less hypersonic than any similar weapon. The Kinzhal supposedly follows an unpredictable trajectory, but now we know it can be targeted. That's another Russian military myth busted.